I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing Oh, hey guys. Welcome to our brand new 5-part series called Great Joy. Over the next few weeks, we're going to be going on an adventure and learning all about the true great joy of Christmas when Jesus was born. So tune in. It's going to be amazing. Let's get into it.
God is so good. God is so good. God is so good. He's so good to me. He answers prayers. He answers prayers. He answers prayers. He's so good to me. I love him so. I love him so. I love him so. He's so good to me. God is God is so good. God is so good. He's so good to me.
Memory verses are here to stay. I know they can be hard, but I know a way. So come on everyone, gather all your friends. Today's verse is Matthew 2 verse 10.
When they saw the star,
they were filled with great joy. When they saw the star, they were filled with great joy. When they saw the star, they were filled with great joy. When they saw the star, they were filled with great joy.
Well, this one's really easy, not hard at all. There's not a lot of words, and the verse is quite small. So come on, everybody, let's do it again. The verse is Matthew 2, verse 10. When they saw the
Star, they were filled with great joy. When they saw the star, they were filled with great joy. When they saw the star, they were filled with great joy. When they saw the star, they were filled with great joy. When they saw the star, they were filled with great joy. When they saw the star, they were filled with great joy. When they saw the star, they were filled with great joy. When they saw the star, they were filled with great joy.
Jesus Brings Great Joy, Episode 1.
A long, long time ago, before Jesus was born, God's people covered the land. Now, do you remember who God's people were? That's right, they were the Israelites, and God had loved them so, so much. God had given them the promised land to live in, but they had continued to be disobedient to God and weren't following His ways. God's people were banished from the promised land and to a place that was unknown to them, and this made them sad and worried. But God had always had a plan. He sent the prophet Isaiah to spread a message of hope and of great joy. The promise of a Saviour. A prophet was a person in the Old Testament who heard from God and spoke messages on behalf of God. When the Israelites were at their saddest, when they felt like they had lost hope, God sent Isaiah to spread a message of hope and great joy. Isaiah said to the people of God,
A reading from the scroll of Isaiah. A child will be born to us. God will give a son to us. He will be responsible for leading the people. His name will be Wonderful Counselor, Powerful God, Father who lives forever, Prince of Peace. Power and peace will be his kingdom. It will continue to grow. He will rule as a king on David's throne and over David's kingdom. He will make us strong by ruling with goodness and fair judgment. He will rule forever and ever. The Lord of Heaven's armies will do this because of the strong love for his people.
The Israelites heard this message. This was a promise of a Saviour, a promise of a better life, a promise of hope and great joy from God Himself. The Israelites had no idea when this promise would come to pass, when the Saviour would be coming. But it gave them joy and it gave them hope when they felt lost, scared, confused, and upset. They knew that one day He would come, that He would be a wonderful counselor, a mighty God, everlasting Father, and Prince of Peace. The story goes on, and the Israelites went back to their disobedience to God. They had forgotten the great joy and the hope that was to come. So God actually sent another prophet. This prophet was called Micah, and he came to remind them of the promise.
But you, Bethlehem Ephrathah, though you are small among the clans of Judah, out of you will come for me one who will be ruler over Israel, whose origins are from old, from ancient times.
The prophet Micah reminds the people of God that a ruler and saviour is coming, and he is going to come from a place called Bethlehem. Do you know who was born in Bethlehem? That's right, It was Jesus. Jesus was the one of whom the prophet said was going to come and be our Saviour, our ruler and King. Where there is sadness, Jesus brings great joy and hope for all of his people.
So who here is counting down until Christmas? Every day my kids, Archer and Ruby, ask me, how many more days until Christmas? And we're so excited because we know it's coming really soon. But do you know what? When we first started counting down, Christmas was like forever away. It felt like it would never come. It was 365 days away to be exact. Do you know when the prophet Isaiah shared the news about Jesus, the Israelites had been feeling hopeless and sad and lost because they hadn't heard any good news for over 400 years. Yes, that's right, 400 years. Isn't that insane? When the news that Jesus was coming was given to the Israelites, they felt great joy. Joy is just like happiness, that happy feeling that you get, but it's not based on what's happening around you. It's from deep, deep, deep within. The news of Jesus gave the Israelites great joy, but did you know what? It's not just for them. It's for you and me and everyone in the whole world as well. We can feel that very same great joy that the Israelites felt because Jesus came to give us all hope, peace, and joy. As we count down till Christmas, I want you to know that Jesus came to give you great joy. But do you know what? When Isaiah came to give the great news of Jesus to the Israelites, it gave them all great joy. I want you to have a think about who you can share the great news of Jesus with this Christmas.
Hey Sprouts and Rockets, how exciting is this new series all to do with Christmas and Jesus? You know, we are so thankful for Jesus because of him we can celebrate Christmas. He is the main reason and he brings with him great joy. So for today's craft, we're going to decorate this piece of paper that says, Jesus brings great joy. So on my table today, I've got a few things. I've got colored paint, I've got different stamps, and I've even got textures as well. So if you would like to do this craft at home, remember in the link below, you can get Mummy or Daddy to help you print this one out for you. Okay, so let's get started. Because I want to focus on the word Jesus and celebrate Jesus during Christmas, I'm going to put some special decorations around the name Jesus. I'm so happy with my craft. How about yours at home? I hope you had a great time with us and I'm sure your craft looks amazing. How exciting that we get to celebrate Jesus during this Christmas season. I'm so glad for Jesus and I'm so thankful for him that he brings us great joy.
Wow! Who knew that the story of Jesus dated all the way back to the Old Testament where it was originally prophesied? That's so cool. I'm learning so much already. Are you? We're going to learn a lot more next week. It's going to be great. We'll see you then.